So, hey guys, I hope you all are having a beautiful day. I do not know where to begin, quite frankly, um, because today's video is a bit of a different one. This is not any value video, none of that. Not even a vlog or anything, just a documentary of what I'm doing right now and what I'm planning to. Right, so I do not know where to begin, but I will try to start somewhere. But yes, so yesterday, which is October 6th, what happened is I wanted to invest in a program to grow my agency, right? So I've been knowing this guy in this space for about few months or even 1 year now at this point, and he has his own program, and this guy runs his own agency which does around $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue, e-com marketing agency, right? So I've been trying to grow my agency for the past 1.5 years at this point. Started back in 2021, in April, I believe, from zero, literally scratch. So far, I've been able to do about $5,000 in monthly recurring revenue, which was the biggest month, or yeah, basically last month was like the biggest month. But one thing that I did notice was that even though I was posting a lot of content and everything, I wasn't seeing a very good growth. Right, my hair is really messy and it's too short. Yes, so I was putting out a lot of efforts trying to do everything that I could, and I also invested in about two programs so far. Not very high ticket price or anything, small programs, but they really helped me a lot. And one of the programs was by Miriam, who was also one of my first mentors. um, so I did make decent progress, but now I think I'm just trying to figure everything out myself in terms of growing the agency and everything. And it's just not something that I want to do, because when someone has already figured out what it takes to grow, why do you want to reinvent the wheel or something like that? So I was not super convinced with the program and the way it works and the processes and the way that we get the results, because I did not have enough clarity on how things worked. But the agency owner does 20k MRR himself, so that's I'm just trusting that he knows what it takes to build that agency and operate it, right? So I thought, why not just invest into the program right away, and it costs about 2500. um it is a big amount to me, to be honest, because I haven't made enough with my agency since the past year of me running it, um past months of me running it, because I was figuring out the entire time. Just recently, I started to make a little bit of money, because when I say 5k, it's not profit, it's revenue, right? So just had a little bit saved up, and I just dumped it into the program again. So I'm questioning myself in terms of if it is even the right way to go about growing a business, because I constantly make something and I just put it back. And again, now I'm like left with very little, and I have to work back again. So yes, so that's the update. And yes, 2500 the program in USD, by the way. So that's the program. And the next thing is quite funny, right? So I started my agency, as I mentioned, back in April 2021. But before me starting the agency, I was a freelancer, right? So I was 18 years old. I was making videos, like editing videos, for some of my freelance clients, right? I did not have a lot of clients, just one, two, I guess. But one guy was running YouTube automation channels, right? If you know anything about YouTube automation, it's basically, you know it, but for those who do not know it, it's basically recording videos that do not have your actual face. You can just go ahead, google it out, what's YouTube automation, and you will know exactly what it is. So in while running those channels, you will require a script writer, video editor, voiceover artist, and thumbnail designer, and the channel is basically automated, as the name suggests, right? So I was the editor of one of that guy's channel, and the guy was making about 25-30,000 dollars in monthly revenue, and I think it was profit back then. And I was very impressed by the level of like the amount of money that he was producing through his channels. But yes, I was consistent as an editor, and he paid quite well. um, so finally I stopped working with him, not because I wanted to, but he kicked me out because he had some other projects, like he wanted more better. Yeah, so big story, but yes, he wanted to get rid of the existing people and was improving, like what he already had going on. So naturally I was fired from that project or that client. So then I started, that's also the time around which I was thinking about starting the agency, and I came across marketing and all that stuff. So I started the agency. Now we are doing this 1.5 years later, 1.6 years I would say, specifically. But the same guy that I was working with, now he produces $50,000 profit. And I don't know how or why I went onto his profile. All of a sudden, I thought about YouTube automation and how things are on that industry, and I just typed out his name because I knew him in the past. So turns out that guy's making 50K and he lives in a Dubai's apartment, $6,000 per month apartment, which is kind of pretty crazy to me because last month we did 5K total monthly recurring revenue, and this guy's putting in 6K for the rent alone. Crazy numbers, right? So the guy is living the life, right? So I'm being very honest and transparent here. um I know this guy, like I've seen him, I've worked with him. Now seeing all of a sudden someone that was like doing this, and now he's like way like just, I cannot imagine. So what I'm thinking is that when I saw him doing those crazy things and like living in one of the most luxurious towers or apartments or whatever, um I started questioning myself. Am I doing something wrong? Am I in the wrong industry, or am I in the wrong business model, or what's the issue really? It just completely ruined the way I was thinking things. And all of a sudden, after 1 hour, I came to realization again. Oh man, I'm thinking in terms of that shiny object syndrome or whatever they call it. I'm having this shiny object syndrome. So what I'm doing right now, it's I was thinking that what I'm doing right now is clearly not the best, and there's a better way to do things. And I had that realization that, oh, that's a shiny object syndrome. I catch myself, and now like I'm back on track. So this is a lesson for you as well. When you see someone crushing it absolutely in their industry and you are thinking that you're doing average, trust me, it's not the niche, it's not the business model you are in. It's just that they have put in more reps than you, they have spent more time in industry than you, they have learned more about the industry than you. So whatever niche you are in, and unless you are in a market that is dying, obviously change, and you should be able to analyze that before even starting. But if you're in an average market, trust me, you are not good enough. That's just the reality. Or if you are good enough, it's just that you have not been doing it for enough time in order for compounding effect to take place, so you can be where you want to be, right? So remember this point. Don't have shiny object syndrome. I've had multiple countless times along my journey. I wanted to get into the NFT space. I wanted to grow cash co channels right from the beginning. I wanted to do this and that. But wait. I have an agency. I'm doing it very well for the clients. I have a decent numbers. It's just that I have not spent enough time to hit the biggest goals that I have set. So follow this. Never jump. The inner monkey will ask you to jump onto this and that. No, one thing, that's it, right? So those are my thoughts on that. And next, the future of my agency, RZ Mediascape, right? So I'm planning to constantly grow things, acquire more clients, deliver even better crazy results. And yes, the goal is to take the agency to minimum $20,000 in monthly revenue by the end of this year. And when I say that, I really mean it. I want to make it happen. There's just no option B, right? So we are in October 7th, right? So November, December, like 2 months or 3 months to go at max. So those are the numbers and stuff. And yes, so that's what I'm predicting. I must hit it. It's just a non-negotiable target that I've set out for myself. And yes, that's the update, and that's really what I wanted to cover in this video. So the takeaway for you in this video would be, don't have shiny object syndrome, and be willing to invest consistently into your growth. And one thing that I can give you as an advice or as a tip is that there are two ways to grow, right? First, you can invest in mentorships or coaching or whatever in order to get those insights that will take you to the next level. Or the second, what you can do is provide enough value, like give so much and never ever ask in return. So when you do make that ask, the other person just cannot resist you, right? So constantly be in the giving mode. Whenever someone asks for an advice, give them 10x more help, right? So when you do that, you create that reciprocity bias where anytime in the future you can ask them anything, and they will just not be able to resist themselves from providing you that thing that you have asked. So if you can do this enough times with whatever thing you're good at and provide it to other people, you're going to be golden, and you're going to have so many unfair advantages that it will just be inevitable for you to be the biggest, or like, hit the biggest goals with ease, right? So I hope you found some value or from my thoughts, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.